You know, this year, the Day of Days has been canceled because of the coronavirus, and we think we found a nice way to reach the fans even more personally, and that's by inviting you into our homes. I, as you may know, am an avid watercolorist. I love watercolor. So I thought I'd take you through some of the basic steps on what I enjoy doing. So first I'd like to show you all the pieces you're going to need if you decide to step into this. First of all, you need something that you love, that you want to paint. Now, this is one of my paintings, but I'm going to show you how I did that today. So, the things you need to watercolor are, you need a picture you love, and take that and then sketch that picture up so you have some guidelines on how it's going to look. You're going to need paint sets. You can get a small set, a large set, or you can get individual tubes of paint. I like the large set. Once you've decided which one you're going to use, you're going to need a spray bottle. That's how we moisten our watercolors. You're going to need a testing sheet. Don't forget this, because that's awfully important. You'll need your brushes. You're going to want several jars of clean water to keep your brushes in. Now, what I would do first on this painting is I would mix up my colors for, I believe, the yellow bow. Now, if you look closely, there are several colors of yellow in there. So what I'm going to want to do is lay down the lightest color first. I'm going to use my tube paint, and I'll put some of that on my mixing palette. I'm going to take a medium-sized brush, dip it in my paints, and I'm ready to step into it. So this has 3 large sections of the bow, so I will put those all in, and then when I get to that point, I will probably come in and mix up a little bit darker yellow. I'm going to lay in the darker part of the yellow in a little bit, but I wanted to show you how we handle the red. Okay, now normally what I would do is I would take my testing strip and I would put a little piece along the side and I would hold that up to my picture to see if that's just about the color that I want. If not, I would continue to mix, but for our purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the canvas. Now you've got straight lines in this and you want to make sure you stay, like a little kid, within the lines. So I would start at the bottom of my painting and just pull it up. And then pick up the next row, start there, do the same thing, bring it up, blend it up. Now, in my original painting, I actually have the white spaces, so I'm going to leave those in. I think those are interesting, and they're a lot more fun. So I would start maybe here and leave that little white space there and bring that up. And when the painting is done, you'll see how that works, because it will actually end up being a white space on the painting. And that's pretty much how we do it. One thing that I think is awfully fun about some of the paintings that I've done is you might notice that there are black outlines on the picture. And it's a fun thing to do with watercolor because you can use those as defining marks. So once I would get this all done, wait for this all to dry, I would go in with my black pen and carefully outline the things that I want to emphasize. One thing that I want to show you about watercolor is how you can create movement. This is still a little bit red from our holiday package, but what you can do is drop your color into a wash. This can create marvelous things. And you'll have spillage and you'll have drippage and you'll have all that. But it's what watercolor gives you that no other format can do. It lets you really mix your colors around. And if you're awfully good, you're not always surprised. Me, I'm always surprised. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my cards and show you, once you've painted something you love, what you can do with it. Now, this is a card I've done quite a few years, and I call it a winter scene. And this card is important to me because I'm going to read you why. 100% of the proceeds of this card is being donated to Wounded Warriors because they gave 100% to us. Thanks for joining me. It's been nice to have you in my home. And everybody over at Days of Our Lives just wants to make sure you have the happiest and safest holiday season possible.